Dime qué es lo que esperas. Dime qué quieres ver.
Hi beautiful ones, welcome back to the House of Joseph. Now then guys, in today's tutorial I'll be teaching us how to use something which you would never ever dream of in a million years to apply foundation to your face. Look at how good my skin looks at the minute. Can you see it's glowing around here? Around between where I want it to glow, basically. My skin's glowing, it looks alive, it looks healthy, doesn't it? Yet flawless. Doesn't look like there's any makeup on my face at all, although I've actually got 2 layers of the True Match Skin Super Blendable Skin Foundation. This is in shade 3C, Rose Beige or something like that. That's not the issue. That's not the point behind today's tutorial. The point behind today's tutorial is what I used to put the foundation on with. Are you ready for this, guys? Don't know whether to tell you or not. I'm a little bit nervous. J-cloth. I applied my foundation this morning using a damp J-cloth, and well, you'll see as the tutorial goes on, but the results are phenomenal. So if you're on a holiday and you don't want to, say you haven't got a brush with you, or you've gone away for a business trip or something, the 24/7's open, but they don't sell foundation brushes. You've forgotten yours. They sell J-cloths. Go and get yourself one. There's something ridiculous like 5 pence each or something like that. So it really is quite astounding how, do you know what I mean? It's just thinking outside the box, isn't it, beautiful ones? And you can just get the most phenomenal results. Shall I stop waffling and show you how to use this one? Last night I watched a video on YouTube of a lady makeup artist, and she was applying foundation various different ways. She used a brush, sponge, fingers, so on and so forth. And it got me thinking, and I thought, well, why are we limiting ourselves to just 4 tools to apply makeup with? Do you know what I mean? Think about that. There's so many things we could apply makeup with, aren't the foundation I'm talking about in particular. So I thought today we could try maybe a folded J-cloth, which is wet. This is a wet J-cloth, beautiful ones, not dry at all. So all you need to do is run it under a tap and then fold it into like a point. And what we'll be doing is trying some, I thought perhaps we could try the L'Oreal True Match. This is in shade 3. It's not going to pick it up because it's so bright in here. 3C, so that's pretty damn spot on. Oh, I do have another one here. Where's my other one? I could mix, and what I tend to do with these two is, because this one's slightly not too dark, but it's more summer me. 3C is more summer me, whereas 2C is more winter me. So what I tend to do is when my skin's not, or the foundation I'm trying on, or start that again. What I tend to do, I get it right this time, shall I? What I tend to do, beautiful ones, is mix these two together. So maybe a pump of him and a pump of him, or half a pump of either one of each. So we're going to use 3C, won't we? Which one's 3C? Can't see much without these ones, which are on top of my head. They should in fact be on my nose, shouldn't they? So I can see what I'm doing. But should we start? Why not? So beautiful ones, I don't prepare my skin at all. I don't believe in primers or anything. I think they're gimmicky, and sometimes they can influence the way foundations actually look on the skin. Do you know what I mean? And I just think they interfere with the results we're trying to get today. So I don't prime my skin. My skin is normal to oily, a little bit drier in the winter, but basically just normal skin. So it's a good skin to test stuff on. And to save you beautiful one's time, I'll talk whilst I work, shall I? So what I'll do is I'll just give that a quick shake. That's the foundation. And we'll put 2 pumps onto the J-cloth. Do make sure you get a clean J-cloth. I mean, don't use one you've just done the washing up with, because you'll end up with bits of food or ketchup all over your face, which isn't very good. And what I like to do then is just to finger that one in. And my theory behind doing the J-cloth is that we have a larger surface area. Do you know what I mean? So, fingers crossed, let's start working into the face. And by having a larger surface area, we're in fact creating a much more natural look, because most of the foundation is being spread over. Do you know what I mean? When you go in with the brush, you're applying in very, very targeted areas, aren't you? Whereas something like a J-cloth is much more spreadable, or you've got a larger surface area basically. So there's just a little bit, and then you just go in with the targeted areas. Who'd have thought, something as simple or as cheap as a J-cloth could give you results that look as good as that? That's just amazing, isn't it? My skin, it's dried now, so I mean, obviously if I'd gone in with that sopping wet, then it would take a little bit longer to dry, but it's it was damp, so damp to soaking, somewhere between the two, and I think that's incredible. Now then guys, if you want a fuller coverage, just fold the J-cloth in less. Just up that bit again. I have And using a J-cloth, beautiful ones, you can actually control the amount of coverage you get just by the amount of folds you put into the J-cloth. It sounds incredible. Can you even believe I'm doing this today? Can you actually believe I'm using a J-cloth to apply foundation? A clean J-cloth though, but a J-cloth nonetheless. So say you want a fuller coverage, use 1 to 2 folds. And the reason we do that is because, or the reason I'm doing that today is because obviously the more folds which are in the on the J-cloth, or the more folds you put into your J-cloth, the more foundation is going to be absorbed into the J-cloth. Whereas if say that you've only got 1 or 2 folds, then you've got more foundation to put onto your face. Or if you've got 4 or 5 folds, then the more foundation is going to be absorbed into your J-cloth, aren't they? Isn't it? And hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate that to you guys now. So I just said, didn't I, that 1 or 2 folds would give us fuller coverage. So should I try that with 1 fold? So that's basically the J-cloth without any folds in it at all. So I put a pump on there. Can you see that bit just there? Just finger it in just so we're not having a great big walloping layer of foundation on our face. Then you just make your point. Use your finger and apply the foundation on. And you can, you know, apply foundation any way you normally do. So, I mean, the areas you would normally target. So for me, that would be the center of my face. This is going to give us a really sheer, very, very sheer finish on the skin. And then just blend out with, do you know what I mean? It's just such an incredibly easy thing to do. And it's just, the results are phenomenal. Wow, who'd have thought something which, I mean, these are something like 10 for 50 pence. So that's something like 70 cents in America. So it's just incredible, isn't it? I mean, look at my skin now. Just looks awesome, doesn't it? Flawless, perfect, and very, 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 very even, very perfected to the eye. And doesn't feel like there's any foundation on my skin at all. Yes, we're using a J-cloth. Yes, we are, but so beautiful ones. That's how we get flawless, gorgeous, even, perfect looking skin without using a foundation brush, without using a sponge, without using our fingertips, using a damp J-cloth. It's incredible, isn't it? And I'm so sorry if it seems really random or out of left field or something like that. I just thought of it last night. I just suddenly thought, well, why are we, you've heard me say that, haven't you? So if you beautiful ones don't have a foundation brush, or you're somewhere where you can't get hold of a foundation brush, but you need to look, your skin needs to look brilliant or gorgeous or flawless or perfect, but the shop's open and they sell J-cloths, go and buy yourself one. Do remember that we can control the amount of coverage by the amount of folds you put into the J-cloth, and do make sure it's damp too. If you want to keep your J-cloth, just give it a quick rinse afterwards. Maybe a little bit of washing up liquid to, you know, to remove the makeup from it. But these are so cheap that, do you know what I mean? You could just buy them over and over and over again, couldn't you? And so that's today's tip. If you enjoyed today's very, very brief tutorial, and a bit random and a bit bizarre too, but hey, I am an experimental makeup artist, aren't I, guys? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Similarly, consider subscribing. And oh, it's down there now, isn't it? Please remember that, okay? And all that remains is for me to wish you guys a beautiful Tuesday. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all soon for the next crazy, bizarre tutorial. Lots of love.